The Multiverse Saga is a mess of timelines, variants, and universe-hopping chaos, but I'm here to make it stupid simple. Starting with Wanda in Wandavision. After Endgame, Wanda got depressed. Like, really depressed. So what did she do? She hijacked an entire town, made everyone her emotional support NPCs, and lived out a fake sitcom life where Vision was alive and they had twin boys. It was peaceful, until it wasn't. The military rolled up, Monica Rambeau got powers, and a nosy neighbor turned out to be Agatha, a centuries-old witch who wanted Wanda's chaos magic for herself. Wanda fought her, won, and fully unlocked her true identity, the Scarlet Witch. But here's the twist. Instead of keeping her fantasy life, Wanda deleted her family, dipped out, and started reading a cursed demon book called The Darkhold. From that moment on, Wanda wasn't just grieving. She was evolving into something way more dangerous. Meanwhile, while Wanda was busy breaking reality, the rest of the world was trying to figure out who's going to be the next Captain America. Sam Wilson didn't want the job.
The legacy of that shield is complicated, to say the least.
Bucky Barnes just wanted a nap and some therapy. But when a group of superpowered terrorists called the Flag Smashers start tearing things up, these two get dragged into the fight unwillingly. The government steps in and hands the Captain America title to John Walker, a guy who looks the part, until he absolutely loses it, kills someone in public, and gets fired on the spot. So Sam finally accepts the shield, becomes the new Cap, and helps take down the threat.
I'll do my best.
That's why it's yours.
And just like that, after a lot of punches and pain, Captain America is officially back. Oh, and they end it all with a peaceful cookout, because why not? So while Captain America was getting replaced on Earth, Loki was busy messing up time itself. Right after escaping with the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame, 2012 Loki gets arrested by the TVA, a weird time police agency that monitors the multiverse like it's a glitchy video game. Owen Wilson plays Mobius, a jet ski-loving TVA agent who low-key becomes Loki's therapist. Together, they chase down a dangerous variant, who turns out to be a female version of Loki named Sylvie. So what does Loki do? He falls in love with her. Yes, Loki literally falls in love with himself. Peak narcissist energy. Along the way, we find out he's bisexual, the TVA is fake, and the real boss behind it all is a mysterious guy fans called He Who Remained.
Why don't you just go through this a couple thousand more times, get your bearings, and then you just let me know.
Sylvie stabs him. Big mistake. The moment he dies, the multiverse fractures, timelines start branching, reality splits apart, and chaos is officially unlocked. Let's rewind to 2016. The Avengers just broke up after Civil War, and Natasha Romanoff is on the run. But instead of hiding, she gets pulled back into her past. She reconnects with her chaotic Russian family, her sister Yelena, her mom Melina, and her washed-up fake dad Red Guardian. Together, they decide to take down the Red Room, the brutal program that turned them into brainwashed assassins. She saves Taskmaster, who turns out to be a victim too. And just like that, she brings closure to her origin story, before heading off to Infinity War, and eventually, her death in Endgame. But that's not where it ends. At her grave, Yelena gets a visit from Valentina, who hands her a photo of Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, and says, "He's the one who killed your sister."
Maybe you'd like a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death.
While Yelena's out hunting Hawkeye across the world, a new hero is stepping up, and he's bringing martial arts, magic weapons, and family trauma. Shang-Chi, a valet turned kung fu legend, reunites with his long-lost sister, and his very powerful, very emotionally damaged dad, Wenwu, who also happens to run a criminal empire called the Ten Rings. Wenwu believes Shang's dead mom is calling to him from a secret mythical village, so naturally, he decides to invade it. Shang-Chi, his sister, and his best friend Katie track down the village first, learn some ancient kung fu magic, and prepare for the ultimate showdown. Shang faces off against his father. When Wu opens a gate to the underworld, an evil soul-sucking dragon escapes and kills him. Shang takes the 10 rings, defeats the dragon, and saves the day. And just when he thought he was going back to a normal life, Wong shows up, grabs him mid-dinner, and pulls him straight into Avengers business. So while Shang-Chi was out here throwing hands with soul-sucking dragons and learning ancient kung fu, the Eternals were just chilling 5,000 years ago. A group of immortal robot aliens called the Eternals were sent to Earth by a giant cosmic god named Arishem. Their job? Protect humanity from deviants, weird alien monsters that look like something out of a rejected Pokemon game. They stay hidden for thousands of years, until now. In present day, the deviants are back, and the Eternals reunite. But here's the twist. The real reason they were on Earth wasn't to protect it, it was to prepare it for destruction. Turns out, the planet has a baby celestial growing inside it like a cosmic time bomb. When Earth reaches a certain population, the baby hatches, and the planet dies. The team splits. Some want to stop it, some want to let it happen. Icarus chooses violence and kills Ajax. But in the end, Cersei stops the baby celestial from blowing up Earth by turning it into marble, like a boss. Then, Harry Styles literally shows up as Eros, Thanos' brother. Before anything can be explained, a god scoops half the team into space and says, "You messed with my plans." And that's it. No one hears from them again. So after the Eternals saved Earth from literally giving birth to a giant space god, Marvel said, "Cool story. Now let's check in on a regular guy with a bow and arrow who just wants to enjoy Christmas." Enter Hawkeye, the show where Clint Barton fights mobsters, meets a fangirl, and still doesn't get a break from trauma. So, it's Christmas, and Clint Barton decides to not spend it with his family. Instead, he teams up with a rich fangirl named Kate Bishop, who's basically obsessed with him, and really good with a bow. The two of them stumble into a mess involving the tracksuit mafia, Maya Lopez, aka Echo, and a mysterious assassin who turns out to be Yelena Belova, still mad about her sister Natasha's death. Yelena wants Clint dead. Kate wants to be his sidekick. Clint just wants to go home. But things escalate. Kate and Yelena fight, bond, and weirdly become besties. Kingpin shows up wearing Hawaiian shirts and throwing people through walls like it's nothing. Maya realizes he's been manipulating her this whole time and shoots him off screen because Marvel loves mystery. In the end, Clint and Yelena make peace, Kate proves herself, and Clint officially passes the Hawkeye name to her. Oh, and he finally makes it home for Christmas. But while Clint is sipping cola in peace on Christmas, Peter Parker's life is falling apart. After Mysterio exposes his identity, Peter becomes a walking controversy. MIT rejects him, the media won't leave him alone, and his friends are suffering because of him. So Peter turns to Doctor Strange. The idea? A spell that makes everyone forget he's Spider-Man. The result? A multiverse crack wide enough to let in villains from other realities. Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard. Peter tries to save them, tries to cure them, but then the Goblin strikes, and Aunt May doesn't make it. Just when it looks like all hope is lost, two familiar Spider-Men swing in. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield return, bringing closure, fan service, and a little redemption. The trio takes on the villains in one epic showdown. They save the day, but at a cost. To fix the chaos, Peter tells Strange to erase all memory of Peter Parker. Not Spider-Man, but Peter. Now, no one remembers him. Not MJ, not Ned, not even Happy. He's broke, alone, and living in a small apartment. But for the first time, he's truly Spider-Man. After Peter Parker wipes himself out of everyone's memory, New York quiets down, until Oscar Isaac starts having the worst sleep schedule in MCU history. Meet Stephen Grant, a nervous gift shop guy who keeps blacking out and waking up in strange places. Turns out, he's sharing a body with Mark Spector, a brutal mercenary working for an Egyptian moon god named Khonshu.
This is my room. I remember some things, but I don't remember this.
Congrats, Stephen. You're now Moon Knight, aka White Batman, with extra trauma. Together, they go up against Arthur Harrow, a cult leader trying to resurrect Ammit, a giant alligator goddess who judges people before they do bad things. In the finale, Mark and Stephen finally work together, just in time to black out again. When they wake up, Ethan Hawke is gone. Why? Because a third personality, Jake Lockley, the Spanish-speaking wildcard hiding in the shadows, killed him in a limo.
Wait.
And just like that, Moon Knight disappears from the MCU like he was never there. But while Moon Knight disappears into the shadows, Doctor Strange starts having nightmares, dreams that feel way too real. Enter America Chavez, a teenager who can punch holes through the multiverse. She's being hunted by, surprise, Wanda Maximoff. Yep, our former Avenger has fully embraced her villain era. She wants America's powers so she can jump into a universe where her fake kids are somehow real. Strange tries to stop her, but Wanda goes full Scarlet Witch. She destroys the magical stronghold of Kamartaj and starts tearing through the multiverse like tissue paper. Strange and America hop between dimensions, including one where they meet the Illuminati, a squad of powerful heroes including Professor X, Reed Richards, and Captain Carter. Wanda slaughters them all like it's a horror movie. Eventually, Strange uses the Darkhold to possess his dead body in another universe. Yes, Zombie Strange is real now. With help from America, he helps Wanda see the truth. Her kids are terrified of her. Heartbroken, Wanda collapses Mount Wundagore, seemingly ending herself. But Strange, he walks away, only to sprout a third eye on his forehead. The multiverse is cracked wide open, and we're just getting started. While Doctor Strange wrestles with his third eye, Kamala Khan is just a high schooler geeking out over the Avengers, especially Captain Marvel. But everything changes when she finds a mysterious bracelet in her attic. It unlocks Strange powers, letting her create glowing energy constructs and stretch her limbs like a cosmic Gumby. Soon, Kamala learns her great-grandmother was part of a secret group from another dimension called the Clandestines. The leader? A powerful woman who wants to use Kamala to rip open the veil between worlds. The villain dies, but passes her powers to her son, Kareem, who turns into Kamala's next big problem. They fight. He escapes. By the end, Kamala embraces her new identity as Ms. Marvel, Jersey City's newest hero. But there's a twist. According to her friend Bruno, Kamala might not just be powered by alien tech, she might actually be a mutant.
Kamala, there's something different in your genes, like a mutation.
That's right, the M-word has officially entered the MCU, but just as Kamala Khan starts figuring out her powers and the whole mutant thing, far away in space, someone else is going through an identity crisis of his own. After saving the universe, Thor is not okay. He's got abs, he's got jokes, but deep down, he's just a lonely space Viking trying to find purpose. That is, until a creepy dude named Gore the God Butcher starts slicing deities across the galaxy. Thor returns to Earth and discovers something wild. Jane Foster, his ex, now wields Mjolnir, and she's become the mighty Thor. The reunion's sweet, awkward, and also tragic because Jane has stage 4 cancer. Together, Thor and Jane fight Gore, who's trying to reach eternity, a cosmic being that grants one wish. In the final showdown, Gore is defeated, but instead of wishing for revenge, he wishes for his daughter to live. Jane dies in Thor's arms, becoming worthy until the very end. Gore's daughter survives, and Thor adopts her. So now Thor isn't just the god of thunder anymore, he's a dad. But back on Earth, something green, unexpected, and very, very single is about to crash the MCU. Jennifer Walters gets hit with Hulk blood. Now she's big, green, hot, and legally unstoppable. She balances court cases with superhero chaos, and yeah, she twerks with Megan Thee Stallion, she sleeps with Daredevil, fights internet trolls, breaks the fourth wall, then meets Kevin, Marvel's AI boss, and literally rewrites her finale. Oh, and Hulk comes back from space with a surprise. A secret alien son. No explanation, no build-up, just boom. Hulk has a kid now. Hulk randomly shows up with a secret son. Jen breaks the fourth wall, rewrites her finale, and walks off with Daredevil like it's a rom-com. Everyone's twerking, lawyering, and pretending none of this will ever come back in Secret Wars. But while LA is busy with brunch and courtroom drama, Wakanda is in mourning. King T'Challa has died off-screen. Shuri's devastated, the entire nation is grieving, and suddenly, they're under attack by underwater colonizers. Namor shows up looking like Aquaman's hotter, angrier cousin and floods Wakanda. Queen Ramonda drowns, everyone cries.
Yeah, I died too.
Shuri tries to stay out of the fight, but nah. She builds her own heart-shaped herb, becomes the new Black Panther, and throws hands with Namor in the desert. She gets stabbed, but walks it off like it's nothing. Instead of killing Namor, she lets him live, because Marvel loves a sequel setup. In the end, peace is made, Shuri meets T'Challa's secret son, and Wakanda moves forward with a new protector. Shuri honors her brother's legacy, Wakanda makes peace with the Sea People, and the future is looking strong. Meanwhile, Scott Lang is writing books, doing podcasts, and thinking life's pretty sweet. Scott Lang thinks he's a bad bitch. But then his daughter builds a science thingy that sucks the whole family into the quantum realm. Because of course she does. Down there, they meet Kang, who seems chill at first, until he starts talking about destroying timelines and conquering realities. They throw hands. Ant-Man fights Kang in a surprisingly brutal beatdown. Kang gets sucked into a glowing engine thing, the family escapes, everyone's smiling, life goes back to normal, but Scott, he's suddenly paranoid that Kang might still be out there, so he eats terrible birthday cake and spirals quietly. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, Peter Quill is still sad because his girlfriend doesn't remember him. Peter is still simping hard for Gamora. But before he can deal with that, Rocket gets nearly blasted to death. The Guardians rush to save him, leading them straight into the arms of the High Evolutionary, a creepy space scientist who made Rocket in the first place. Cue the trauma. We get Rocket's heartbreaking backstory, watch his animal friends get offed, and realize he's been the emotional core of the team all along. Rocket almost dies. Peter almost dies. Even Adam Warlock shows up and almost dies. But in classic Guardians fashion, they all survive. The team defeats the villain, saves the day, and says goodbye. Peter goes back to Earth to meet his grandpa and live his basic life. Mantis goes solo, Drax becomes a dad, Nebula stays in charge, and Rocket leads a brand new Guardians squad, complete with a telekinetic dog and a jacked Groot. The Guardians go their separate ways, Rocket gets promoted, and Peter becomes a regular Earth dude with trauma. But back on Earth, things are getting weird. Nick Fury finally comes back to Earth after ghosting the MCU for a few years. Problem is, shape-shifting Skrulls have been secretly replacing people, and now they want to take over the planet. Classic alien drama. Nick reunites with his secret Skrull wife. Yep, he's married to an alien. He teams up with Emilia Clarke, who plays Talos' daughter and looks like she's been through 4 different shows at once. They fight the main villain, Gravik, a Skrull who takes everyone's powers and gets ridiculously swole. But Clark turns into a Super Skrull too, and they throw hands in one of Marvel's strangest final fights. Gravik dies. Nick and his alien wife head back to space like nothing happened. The Skrulls chill out, for now, and Earth has no idea how close it came to invasion. But while that's happening, time itself is falling apart. Loki is back with Owen Wilson and Sylvie, the chaotic trio who accidentally broke the multiverse last time. Now, they're trying to save it. They discover that the timeline is unraveling fast, and the TVA is basically useless. So they turn to Ke Huy Quan, who plays a nerdy tech guy trying to hold the TVA together with duct tape. Then they meet another Kang. This one awkward, nerdy, and really into science. Spoiler, he still ends up dead. With no one left to fix time, Loki steps up. He literally tears apart the timeline, sacrifices everything, and rebuilds it. He becomes the god of stories, sitting on a throne outside time itself, holding the entire multiverse together with sheer willpower. Loki is no longer a villain, he's the backbone of reality, and just like that, the TVA is reborn, now protecting timelines instead of pruning them. But as timelines stabilize, cosmic chaos is about to hit. Loki becomes the god of timelines. TVA becomes the multiversal police. Reality is stable. Kind of. But in deep space, Captain Marvel is going through it. Carol Danvers is sad, bored, and probably tired of saving the galaxy solo. Then suddenly, zap. She starts randomly switching places with Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau every time someone uses their powers. It's chaos, but also kind of fun. Eventually, the three of them team up to stop a villain who's basically evil girl boss with a grudge and wants to destroy the universe with some shiny bangles. They fight across planets, they bond, they become a literal bad bitch trio. Villain dies, universe saved. But there's a twist. Monica gets trapped in a completely different universe with the freaking X-Men. Meanwhile, Kamala becomes a mini Nick Fury, sneaking around and recruiting Kate Bishop. But hold on, Deadpool's about to break everything. Kamala Khan starts building a team. Monica's stuck in the X-Men universe. Carol goes back to space, and back on Earth, someone else is settling old scores. Maya Lopez returns home to Oklahoma, still haunted by the fact that she shot Kingpin in the face. Spoiler, he survived, of course. Now, Maya's out for revenge. She wants nothing to do with Kingpin's empire, or his weird father-daughter energy. But Fisk, he's obsessed. He gets out of the hospital, tracks her down, and tries to pull her back into his crime family. Maya taps into her mysterious new powers, echoing emotions, memories, even trauma, and uses them to make Kingpin see his darkest fear. He freaks out. Maya rides off on a motorcycle, free and in control. And Kingpin, he runs for mayor. Because apparently being a crime boss wasn't chaotic enough. And while New York's crime scene is changing, a certain red and blue hero is about to swing back into action. Meanwhile, reality is breaking, and only one man can save it. Actually, make that two. Deadpool is sad, his franchise got canceled, his girlfriend's dead, and now he's arrested by the TVA. Turns out, some bald evil girl wants to destroy the entire X-Men universe, and guess who's supposed to stop her? Not the Avengers, not the TVA, Deadpool, and a really pissed off Wolverine. Together, they time hop into the void, meet a bunch of nostalgic cameos, and even run into Chris Evans, who immediately dies. Tragic. They gather a squad of forgotten heroes, launch a multiversal battle, and go absolutely feral on the timeline. Bald girl dies. And somewhere along the way, Deadpool and Wolverine stop hating each other. They might even be in love. And as they ride off into the multiverse, one question remains. Is this still the MCU, or has it become the DPCU? Either way, the saga continues. Deadpool and Wolverine just broke the multiverse. Everything's chaos, everything's collapsing, and in the middle of all that, one witch wakes up and remembers who she is. Agatha wakes up. She's still stuck in Wanda's old spell, but not for long, because Agatha wants to be a bad witch again. She meets a gay emo boy. Turns out he's actually Wanda's son. Yeah, that one. Together they walk the witch's road, basically a magical death trail. Some of them don't make it. Agatha ends up facing off against a literal goddess of death. They fight. It gets dark. It gets weird. Agatha dies, sort of. She becomes a ghost, but not the sad, whispery kind. More like messy, sarcastic mentor ghost. Now she and emo boy are headed off to find his long-lost brother, because apparently, the Maximoff family trauma just never ends. Agatha's off ghosting her way through witch drama. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the new Captain America is finally ready to lead. Sam Wilson is now Captain America, officially. Joaquin Torres steps up as the new Falcon. Wings, check. Attitude, check. But then comes the real problem. Tim Blake Nelson. Remember him from The Incredible Hulk? Yeah, he's back. He's got beef. Big, green, science-fueled revenge beef. He wants payback on Han Solo. Sorry, President Ross. Ross turns into the Red Hulk. He goes berserk. Sam tries to stop him. Punches are thrown, glasses are broken, military budget goes out the window. Eventually, Sam talks him down. Classic Cap stuff. Red Hulk gets arrested again. But here's the kicker. Sam says he's going to rebuild the Avengers. It's time for a new squad, new team, new world, and Tim Blake Nelson. Yeah, he mutters something about Doomsday before the credits roll, which means the next chapter isn't just political, it's apocalyptic. Captain America might be trying to build a better future. But back in Hell's Kitchen, things are falling apart fast. Matt Murdock's hot best friend gets offed. Matt spirals, hangs up the suit, tries to be a basic bitch lawyer. Meanwhile, Kingpin becomes mayor of New York. And surprise, his first move? Ban all superheroes. Matt can't stay on the sidelines forever. He puts the horns back on. The devil is back. He hunts down a serial killer known for painting victims. Literally, it's twisted, it's dark, but Matt wins. Killer dies. Then, the Punisher returns, and he's still not playing around. He and Matt team up briefly, until Punisher gets captured. Kingpin tightens his grip. Heroes are fugitives now. Matt doesn't flinch, just walks into a bar, alone, battle-worn, bloody knuckles, whiskey in hand, because Hell's Kitchen still has a devil, and he's just getting started. Moving on to the Fantastic Four. The movie kicks off in an alternate 1960s. Reed Richards and Sue Storm are now expecting a baby. Galactus, the planet-eating cosmic villain, shows up on Earth, and suddenly, the team is facing their biggest threat yet. Oh, and the Silver Surfer, aka Shalabal, is his herald. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm is still being the hothead, and Ben Grimm is just trying to hold it all together. During the final battle against Galactus, Sue Storm uses her shield-generating powers to force Galactus into the Times Square portal, pushing herself far beyond her limits and overexerting her powers while protecting her family and Earth. However, in an emotional moment, Reed places baby Franklin on Sue's chest, and Franklin's latent powers revive her. In the post-credit scene, Sue is reading with her precocious son Franklin and leaves the conversation pit to grab another book. As she returns to Franklin, she's suddenly on high alert. They are not alone. A green-hooded man, aka Dr. Doom, is talking to Franklin. Moving on to the Thunderbolts. They're not real Avengers. They know it. They feel like knockoffs. Just government-issued side characters with trauma. But everything changes when they find Homelander. Not the real one, but Marvel's twisted version, a demon in disguise, and he's giving people bad dreams. Valentina wants to use him, weaponize the trauma, control the chaos. But Yelena doesn't play that game. She hugs him. Literally. The demon calms. Something shifts. And just like that, the Thunderbolts find purpose. They're not knockoffs anymore. They come together. Stronger. Weirder. Real. And as they rise, they look to the sky and see something that changes everything. A ship. Not just any ship. The Fantastic Four are finally here.